Hello lovely crafty friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sasha from Love Builds Up Crafts and I'm so glad to have joined the Not Too Shabby family. I'm really so excited to be crafting with you all, and today I've got the Unicorn Dreamland stamp set and we're going to be making I'll be showing you two ways that you can make your galaxy or starry night background type of thing. So let's get cracking or crafting. Let's get crafting. So I've gone ahead and stamped and heat embossed my image and the word dream there, and to do the stamping I had to do a bit of masking. What I did is I stamped the unicorn and then heat embossed it, then I covered it with the mask that I had made from stamping and just fussy cutting, and then I stamped the cloud, the first cloud, and I embossed that in the gold embossing powder. Then I covered it and stamped again, and now I'm just going to cover the whole image with the mask before I start adding my lunar paste. So this is lunar paste from Simon Hurley, and we're also going to be using some shimmer powders from Tonic Studios. And you'll also need a wide paintbrush so that you can do like this swooping movement in one swoop. That's what we're going to be doing with the paste. So go ahead and just get your paste, scoop it out and put it just at the edge of your brush, and then we're going to mix up the purple shimmer powders. I've forgotten the name right now but it's a purple one and that just gives us a nice purpley blue there, and then we're going to add some black to that purple mixture, and that will give us like a deeper purpley blue. So that just gives us sort of that sort of dreamy night sky colors. Well, that's what I thought anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and just go for it, just make that big soup. I was so nervous doing this. I was like, oh my god, please work, please work. So I'm just going ahead and repeating these swoopy movements just to sort of smooth out the paste, and then I'm going to create another purple mixture just to add another layer at the bottom there. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to remove my mask. I was really so nervous, but I'm so glad that it worked. It did get a bit of the paste on the unicorn, but it's not so much. And with the remainder of that, I'm just popping it on some acetate because we're going to use that for the second card. So this is how it looks, and I'm just taking my heat tool there just to add a bit of texture to it. So when you heat it, it bubbles up and it creates like this sort of beautiful texture, and I like that kind of texture because it adds a bit of interest. You can leave it smooth if you want and just dry it naturally, but I added the heat so that it would bubble up, and then after that I left it to dry completely. Okay, so whilst that's drying up, let's go ahead and work on our second background. So I'm just grabbing some of the lunar paste from the bottle and just popping it on there in the spaces, and I'm mixing some of it up just to get a variation in color. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix up, just like we did before, just a bit of the shimmer powder for more purple, bluey purple, and then add the black to it for a really dark purple. So once I'm happy with the mixture or the amount that I've got on my acetate, this is like ink smooshing really. We're just ink smooshing but with paste instead, and it creates this really beautiful texture. So you're just going to go ahead and just push it around to create the shape that you want. I'm using the back of my palette knife there just to get it moving how I want to, and when I'm happy with that, I'm gonna peel it back, and that's the beautiful texture I was talking about. That's so pretty, right? So make sure you can wipe that off your acetate if you want, or you can keep it and use it as another background later. It's up to you. For this background, I'm just going to smooth it out because it's a night sky. We don't need the texture. And whilst the paste is still wet, I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some gold embossing powder just to give it that twinkly effect or galaxy effect. It depends how your imagination works. So as I heat up the powder, it's also going to bubble up the paste and then give me that beautiful bubble texture that I like. But if you don't want the bubble texture, maybe you can wait for the whole background to dry up and then use some foil, like gold foil, if you want some of that gold effect there. So I'm going to leave that to dry completely and then get back to the other card. Okay, so our paste is completely dry and just look at that beautiful glow of the lunar paste. It's like so perfect for a night sky, right? So I use coloring pencils, okay, because that's what I'm comfortable with, and I've got a tip that makes it quicker. What I do is I just color light layer of the color that I want, then I burnish that with white, and then over that I will go ahead and add my highlights or my shadows. So wherever I want it darker, I'm going to add it using the same color, because when you add the white it lightens it, and then when you go back in and add the another layer of the same color, it will be darker. So I hope that makes sense. Essentially, just color with whatever medium you're comfortable with. It could be Copic markers or watercolor, whatever floats your boat, as long as that unicorn is colored. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish the card. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some gold splatters. Make sure to cover the areas that you don't want to be splattered. I'm using some gold watercolors there, and once I'm happy with that, I'm gonna go ahead and just dry that up and then trim my panel down to 4.5 by 6.5 inches and add a gold mirror card matte layer. Now you can cut out the middle of the mirror card if you don't want to use your good mirror card, but I just didn't have the desire to do that. So I added foam tape to the back of that and I stuck it on a 5 by 7 card base. Right, and that is our card all done. So dreamy, right? Okay, moving on to another dreamy unicorn. With this background, we're just going to go ahead and gold heat emboss the clouds onto there. And then I'm just taking my gold poster pen and coloring them in because I thought that gave it a nice glowy look. Then I'm adding some white splatter for the stars, and then I'm going to stick my image. I've propped it up on some foam tape and my sentiment. Then I'm adding these holographic stars from Sizzix, and I'm using my pencil to shade around the edges just to give that border a bit of depth, and that's the finished card. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and definitely subscribe to the channel for more videos, and please leave a comment and just say hello. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you.